Many people ask, can you teach English in Thailand without a degree? Do you need experience? Do you have to be able to speak Thai? These are questions everyone asks. Because when people imagine teaching abroad, they picture someone else. Someone more qualified, more fluent, more experienced, but here's the truth. You don't need to be perfect on paper to start this journey. In fact, for one of our programs, you don't even need a degree at all in Thailand. There's a lot of misinformation out there and it stops good people from even trying. So let's clear it up. We've had teachers start in their 50s, some with zero classroom experience, some who didn't speak a single word of Thai when they arrived. And they have thrived. Not because they had the perfect resume, but because they had the right mindset. So if you've ever thought, I'd love to teach in Thailand, but I'm probably not qualified, this video is for you. I'm going to walk you through exactly what you do need and what you don't, and what actually makes the difference between someone who just dreams about this and someone who gets on the plane. Because in the end, the real qualification isn't a piece of paper, it's your willingness to show up, grow, and step into something new. So let's break it down. Here's what you don't need to teach English in Thailand. You don't need to be able to speak Thai. In fact, most English classrooms in Thailand are immersion based. That means you teach through gestures, repetition, visuals, games, not translation. So no, you don't need to be fluent. You need to be expressive, creative, willing to laugh at yourself a little. You don't need teaching experience. Most teachers start fresh, new to the classroom, unsure of how it all works. That's what your TEFL training is for. We've seen people go from zero experience to leading a class within weeks because they were open to learning fast. You don't need to be under 30, there's no official age limit. Some schools might prefer younger teachers, but we've placed people in their 30s, 40s, 50s and beyond. What matters more than your age is your energy, your willingness to adapt, your attitude in the staff room and in the classroom. And you don't need a teaching degree. A bachelor's degree in any subject is enough. English literature, business, psychology, even art history. You're not being hired to lecture, you're being hired to connect, to make learning English feel fun and possible for all of your students. So let's flip the script. You don't need to be a teacher to start teaching English in Thailand. You just need to be someone students want to learn from. Because Thailand isn't looking for perfect qualifications. It's looking for people who can show up with curiosity, patience and presence. So now that you know what you don't need, let's talk about what you actually do need and that makes you stand out. Because here's the truth most people miss. It's not your degree, it's not your resume, it's not even your teaching background, it's your attitude. Schools in Thailand are looking for people who bring energy into the classroom, people who can laugh with their students, roll with the unexpected, stay flexible and keep things fun, even when the lesson goes sideways. They want teachers who are coachable, who are positive, who are cheerful. Teachers who can adapt when the Wi-Fi cuts out or half the class forgets their notebooks. People who don't crumble when things go off script because they know how to stay calm, smile and make the best of it. That's what makes someone unforgettable in the staff room. That's what makes principals say, we want them back next term. So how do you show that before you even get to the job? You bring that mindset into the process. You don't need years of experience, but if you're enthusiastic, curious and ready to get involved, it shows. If you're the kind of person who's open to learning the culture, who asks questions, who's willing to try, mess up and try again, you're exactly the kind of person schools love to hire. Because in the end, qualifications open the door, but character is what keeps it open. And if you're the kind of person who wants to grow, both inside the classroom and far beyond it, you're already halfway there. So let's zoom out for a second, because teaching in Thailand isn't just about a job. It's about what that job builds in you. When you step into a classroom in a completely new country, where the culture's unfamiliar, where the language is different, and where nothing is handed to you, you start to change. You become more adaptable. You learn to trust yourself, to figure things out on the fly, and to lead a room, and to stay grounded when things go sideways. You gain confidence in ways no desk job ever gave you. I've seen teachers walk into Thailand feeling unsure, uncertain, and even scared. And months later, they're navigating markets in a second language. They're leading classrooms full of energetic students. They're solving problems, making friends, and surprising themselves daily. And here's the thing, it's not just about becoming a better teacher, it's about becoming a stronger, more capable version of yourself. The kind of person who knows how to handle change, how to connect with people from different backgrounds, how to stay calm under pressure and still keep laughing. For some, this experience resets everything. They find a new career path. They discover a passion for education or for travel or for service. They make friends they'll keep for life. And for many, it's the first time they felt like they're actually living and not just working. Because once you teach abroad, your comfort zone doesn't shrink back to what it was. You leave changed. So here's where it all comes together. Yes, there are qualifications. A bachelor's degree helps. A TEFL certificate gives you the edge. Those things get you in the door. But the real growth, the real reward, that happens once you walk through it. Because this isn't just about getting hired. It's about saying yes to something that stretches you, something that gives you new skills, new confidence, and a new perspective on what you're capable of. If you're ready to take the next step, we've put together a free salary versus living costs guide for Thailand and 11 other countries. It breaks down what you can earn, what you might spend, and how to plan your experience, whether your goal is to save or simply live fully. Click the link in the description to get the salary guide. Look at the countries on offer, pick the country that you want, check out the course start dates, and choose a date that fits with your schedule. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What kind of mindset do you think is important to have in this experience? I'm Mike Maitland from TEFL Heaven. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.